I think what folks need to be aware of too is there is a deep suspicion, and I would dare say prejudice against Jewish people coming from Christian nationalist spaces and characterizing them as unassimilable in the American political body. And so we've reached a place where anti-Semitism is an open ingredient in the recipe for Christian nationalism.
In fact, for those of us who follow this closely, there is a real division that's occurring right now in the Christian nationalist community between those who are essentially pro-Nazi and those who are anti-Nazi. And I'm not being hyperbolic about that.
You're not. And so, and I think it's one of those, when you say that, there's people who are not following this as closely as you or I, who are thinking, come on, that can't really be true. When you dig into the writings, the podcasts of people like C.J. Engel and Andrew Isker, along with the folks that they pal around with, whether that's Joel Webbin or others from what I would call the extended universe of Doug Wilson, what you see is a division about Israel and the end times. And these new guard Christian nationalists do not see Israel as something that is special or particularly protected or chosen by God. They believe that after Jesus, there's Christians and non-Christians. So in one sense, they're saying, look, the Jewish person in my theology is no different than the Hindu or Buddhist. They follow a false religion, quote unquote, or something like that. The issue, though, doesn't stop there. They go further into open and really virulent anti-Semitism, seeing the Jewish person as a problem for the American electorate or an insidious force in our public square. And so all of the old tropes, all of the well-worn paths of anti-Semitism that were emblematized in the Third Reich now come to the fore. In addition, they often praise people like Carl Schmitt, the Nazi jurists who helped to build the Third Reich's kind of legal worldview. And so when you put those two together, you really do start to see a picture come into view that's like there are folks who think the Nazis were kind of really onto something in the foundations of their beliefs, and people in the Christian nationalist world saying, hey, we're willing to go pretty far, but we're not going to go that far.